Welcome back to Success Beyond Borders, where every week
Oh,
we deep dive into interesting topics for people working at media and tech.
yeah.
Today,
Today.
we're going to try and help you understand how traditional telecom companies, those telcos we all deal with,
Yeah.
can transform themselves to thrive in the booming enterprise technology services market.
It's a fascinating topic, especially when you consider the
Yeah.
sheer size of the market we're talking about.
Right. The research that we're
Mm-hmm.
looking at today from nGülam Insights points out this market is expected to hit a massive $4 trillion by 2024.
Wow.
But here's the kicker.
Okay.
Telcos haven't really capitalized on this opportunity.
Yeah.
Their growth in this sector has been almost flat.
Less than 0.5% over the past 5 years, to be exact. So the question is, why are they missing out, and what can they do to change the game?
That's what we're going to unpack today.
Okay.
So the nGülam Insights article that we're diving into today
Okay.
is titled Reimagining Telco's Role,
Huh.
a blueprint for conquering the enterprise technology services market.
Oh.
It sounds a bit complex, but I think our listeners can handle it.
Well,
What stands out to you
yeah.
as the biggest roadblock for telcos in this space?
I think one key issue is their traditional approach
Okay.
to enterprise sales.
Okay.
They've been stuck in what the article calls the bespoke lens.
Bespoke lens.
Yeah. Imagine a tailor who makes custom suits for every single client.
Okay.
Um,
Okay, I'm picturing it.
okay.
Lots of measuring, stitching, and fittings.
Right. High effort, high touch.
Definitely.
Exactly. Each
Yeah.
suit is perfectly tailored.
Right.
But it takes forever, costs a fortune, and it's almost impossible to scale.
Okay.
And that's what many telcos have been doing with enterprise technology services.
Yeah.
They've focused on creating these highly customized solutions for a handful of big clients,
Right.
often large companies or government institutions.
Right. And I'm guessing that worked for a while.
Yeah.
But it's not a sustainable strategy in the long run.
You hit the nail on the head. Bespoke solutions are incredibly difficult to replicate and scale to a wider customer base.
Yeah.
Think about it. If you were a media and tech company looking for a tech solution, would you want to wait months for a completely custom build?
All right.
Or would you go with a provider who has a more standardized, ready-to-deploy solution?
Probably the faster option.
Yeah,
Especially in our world, time is money.
exactly. And that's where telcos have been losing out. They've been focusing on this small pool of clients with these bespoke projects, while the broader mid-market is ripe with opportunity.
Yeah, and I bet these custom projects were impacting their bottom line too.
Absolutely. These bespoke solutions were expensive to develop and maintain,
Yeah.
especially when they were competing on price with established IT players who could offer lower costs because they had the scale and resources to do so.
So they were caught in a bind, working hard on these complex projects,
Right.
but not seeing the returns they need to thrive.
Yeah.
Plus, if you're only doing custom work for a few clients,
Mhm.
how do you even stand out in the market?
Right. That's another problem that the article highlights.
Yeah.
This bespoke approach made it hard for telcos to differentiate themselves. They were competing with established IT players, system integrators, and consulting firms, companies that were already seen as the go-to experts
Yeah.
for complex technology projects.
Okay, so it's like they're stuck in this loop.
Right.
Limited scalability, low profitability,
Yeah.
and a fuzzy brand identity.
Yeah.
Sounds like they need a serious shakeout.
They do.
So what's the alternative to this bespoke trap? What's the new game plan?
Well, the article proposes a new model
Okay.
called the smart orchestrator.
Smart orchestrator.
And it's a significant shift in how telcos need to position themselves.
Okay, I'm intrigued.
Okay.
Tell me more about this.
Okay.
What does that even mean?
Okay, think of it this way. Instead of being just a connectivity provider selling pipes, bandwidth, data, they become the central hub
Yeah.
for their client's entire technology ecosystem.
So they're not just providing the infrastructure.
Right?
They're managing and integrating all the different pieces.
Yes.
Almost like a conductor leading an orchestra.
That's a great analogy. If the business is an orchestra, the telco becomes the conductor, ensuring all the different instruments are playing together seamlessly.
Look.
Cloud services, security solutions, software applications, everything.
So it's a much bigger role
It is.
than just laying down the cables and hoping for the best.
Right. And the interesting thing is that telcos are actually well-positioned to succeed as smart orchestrators.
Okay.
Because they already have the foundation in place.
What do you mean?
They already own and operate.
Do you mean their existing infrastructure?
Exactly. They already own and operate the critical infrastructure,
Yeah.
the networks and data centers that power modern businesses.
So they have the concert hall, so to speak.
Right. That gives them a huge advantage over other companies who might have to build or lease that infrastructure from scratch. Plus, they have a deep understanding of network technologies and security protocols, which are essential in today's digital landscape.
And let's not forget, they already have relationships
Yes.
with businesses of all sizes. They're not starting from zero.
Right. That's another major asset.
Right.
They have a history of working with businesses, understanding their needs, and providing reliable service.
Yeah.
That existing trust is a huge advantage.
Okay, I'm seeing how this smart orchestrator model could be a game changer
Yeah.
for telcos. It aligns with their existing strengths
Right.
while opening up a much bigger playing field.
Yeah.
But how do they actually make this shift? Where do they start?
Well, the article outlines
Yeah.
several strategies for success.
Okay.
And I think they'll be really insightful for our listeners, regardless of which side of the table they're on.
Okay, let's dive into those strategies.
Okay.
I noticed the first one
Mhm.
focuses on something called place-based segmentation.
Yes.
What's that all about?
So place-based segmentation is a new way of thinking about target markets.
Okay.
Instead of targeting broad categories like company size or industry, telcos can target businesses based on their shared physical environments.
So instead of going after all retailers,
Right.
you might go after retailers in shopping malls.
Exactly. Or
Yeah.
retailers in urban areas. You're catching on quickly.
I'm trying.
It recognizes that businesses in similar locations often face similar challenges and have similar technology needs.
Okay, I'm seeing the logic.
Good.
But how does this play out in the real world?
The article highlights a great example from Australia.
Okay.
Telstra, a leading Australian telco, partnered with the Australian Football League
Okay.
to create custom digital solutions for their stadiums.
Interesting. So they're taking their expertise beyond just providing internet to the stadium
That's right.
and creating a whole experience.
Exactly. They use their network infrastructure to enhance the fan experience with real-time data analytics during games, targeted advertising within the stadium based on fan demographics,
Wow.
and improve connectivity so fans could easily share on social media.
So they basically created an ecosystem
Right.
of services tailored to that specific environment.
Yes.
It's like they're not just a telco anymore.
Yeah.
They're a sports tech provider.
Right. And that's just one example.
Yeah.
Imagine the possibilities for other locations. Shopping malls, hospitals, transportation systems.
Yeah.
The possibilities are vast.
Right.
And it allows telcos to create solutions that are both valuable and differentiated.
And I can see how this would be appealing to businesses too.
Yeah.
Instead of piecing together solutions from
Right.
different vendors, they have one partner who understands the nuances
Yeah.
of their specific location.
It's all about finding the right niche
Yeah.
and becoming the expert in that space.
Yeah.
But of course, telcos can't do everything themselves. Which brings us to the next strategy, partnerships.
Partnerships. Now, I know you're a big believer in collaboration.
Oh, yeah.
Tell me why partnerships are so crucial for telcos in this transformation.
Well, no one can be an expert in everything, right?
Right.
Especially in the tech world where things are moving so quickly.
Yeah.
Telcos need to team up with companies that have complementary skills and expertise to offer a truly comprehensive suite of services.
So we're talking cybersecurity firms,
Yeah.
software developers, cloud computing providers, data analytics specialists. It really depends on the needs of their market.
Exactly. And it's not just about finding any partner.
Okay.
It's about finding the right partners and building the right kind of partnership.
What makes a partnership right in this context? Is it just about adding a logo to a brochure?
No.
Or is there something more strategic going on?
The article highlights 3 key principles
Okay.
for successful partnerships: complementary skills, integrated solutions, and strong governance.
Okay, let's break those down. What do they mean by complementary skills?
It's all about finding partners whose strengths align with the telco's weaknesses.
Oh,
If a telco is great at connectivity but struggles with software development,
okay.
they might partner with a company that excels in that area. Each partner brings something unique to the table,
Yeah.
creating a synergistic relationship.
Makes sense. It's about filling the gaps
Exactly.
and creating a more holistic offering for the client.
Yeah.
What about integrated solutions?
So it's about going beyond simple reselling agreements.
Okay.
It's not enough to just slap your logo on
Right.
someone else's product.
Yeah.
The goal is to co-create solutions that blend the telco's assets, like their network infrastructure and customer relationships, with the partner's expertise, like their specialized software or cloud platform.
So you're creating a hybrid solution that's
Yeah.
greater than the sum of its parts.
Exactly. It's
Yeah.
not a bunch of separate products.
Yeah.
It's a truly integrated solution that solves very specific customer problems.
Okay, I like it. It feels
Yeah.
more strategic
Yeah.
and less transactional. Okay, and finally, what
Yeah.
about strong governance?
So think of it as the foundation for a healthy relationship.
Okay.
You need clear roles, shared goals,
Right.
and robust processes for communication and decision-making
Okay.
to avoid miscommunication, delays, and ultimately a breakdown of the partnership.
So it's about being proactive and setting up the right framework
Exactly.
from the very beginning.
Yes. And the article provides some examples of telcos who are doing this well. For instance, Nexon Asia Pacific is a company focused on the mid-size enterprise market.
Okay.
Their strategy is built around partnering with hyperscalers,
Okay.
those massive cloud providers like Amazon Web Services,
Right.
to provide managed services tailored to their customers' needs.
So they're leveraging the expertise and scale of those big players to offer a more comprehensive solution without having to build everything from scratch.
That's smart. Right. Another great example is Aura Group.
Oh.
They've partnered with industry giants like Cisco to enhance their credibility and attract larger clients. They leverage Cisco's technology to boost their managed services platform,
Okay.
giving their customers a more centralized and user-friendly experience.
So in both cases, the partnership goes beyond just adding a product to the portfolio.
Yeah,
It's about creating a strategic advantage
exactly.
in the market.
And that's what separates successful partnerships from the rest.
Right.
They're not just transactional, they're transformational.
Yeah, we've covered a lot of ground here.
We have.
The smart orchestrator model, place-based segmentation, the power of strategic partnerships.
Yeah.
It's a lot to consider.
A lot to consider.
But there's still one more piece of the puzzle.
Right. And it might be the most important one, mindset.
Okay.
Telcos need to shift from a transactional selling approach to what the article calls a value-up mindset.
Okay. I'm loving this term.
Yeah.
Value up. What does it mean in this context?
It's about moving beyond...
Just selling products and services.
Okay.
It's about focusing on solving customer problems.
Right.
And delivering a clear return on investment.
So instead of rattling off a list of features,
No.
you're showing the customer how those features translate
Yeah.
into tangible benefits for their business.
Precisely. It's about understanding the customer's pain points, speaking their language, and offering solutions that make their lives easier, their businesses more efficient,
Yeah.
and ultimately their bottom line healthier.
I can see how this resonates with media and tech professionals.
Yeah.
We're all about results.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's not just about making the initial sale.
Okay.
It's about building a long-term relationship where you're a trusted advisor,
Right.
consistently providing value.
I need an analogy
Okay.
to really wrap my head around this.
Yeah.
What's a good way to illustrate the difference between transactional selling
Okay.
and this value-up approach?
Okay. Imagine you're buying a car.
Okay.
Do you just want the engine and the wheels?
Or do you want a vehicle that gets you where you need to go comfortably,
Yeah.
reliably, and maybe even with some style?
Do me the whole package.
Okay.
I want the smooth ride, the cool features, the peace of mind,
Right.
knowing I'm in good hands.
Exactly. And that's what this value upselling is all about.
Okay.
You're providing a complete solution that truly meets the customer's needs, exceeding their expectations,
Yeah.
and demonstrating real value every step of the way.
Okay, I'm sold on
Yeah.
the concept.
Good.
But how do telcos actually make this shift
Yeah.
from selling pipes to selling value?
It starts with truly understanding the customer's reality.
Okay.
It means moving beyond surface-level assumptions
Okay.
and digging into the specific needs of different customer segments.
So no more one-size-fits-all solution.
Exactly.
You're saying they need to get granular
Yeah,
and tailor their approach to each customer's unique situation.
exactly. And once you understand the customer deeply, you can develop solutions that are tailored to their specific needs and demonstrate how those solutions will help them achieve their goals.
So it's not about custom building everything
There you
from
go.
scratch, like those bespoke solutions we
Right.
talked about earlier.
Yeah,
It's about finding that balance
right.
between standardization and personalization.
You got it. And remember, the value-up approach doesn't stop at the initial sale.
Okay.
It's about providing ongoing support, training, and service management to make sure the customer gets the most out of their investment.
So you're not just closing a deal.
Right.
You're opening a door to an ongoing partnership where you're invested in their success.
That's the key.
Yeah.
It's in those ongoing interactions, the proactive support, the willingness to go above and beyond.
Right.
That's what builds trust, loyalty, and ultimately lasting customer relationships.
This is all making so much sense.
Yeah.
We've talked about the bespoke trap, the smart orchestrator model, the power of place-based segmentation, the importance of strategic partnerships, and now this crucial shift
Yeah.
to a value-up mindset,
It's a lot.
like a whole new playbook for telcos
It is.
to succeed in the enterprise technology services market.
And while it's a lot to consider,
Yeah.
I think these are concepts that any telco and really any business can put into action.
I'm sure it's not easy.
No,
This kind of transformation requires a real commitment to change.
it does.
What are some of the challenges
Yeah.
telcos might face as they navigate this shift?
That's a great question. There are always challenges when you're trying to disrupt the status quo.
Right. Telcos have been doing things a certain way for a long time. Changing those ingrained habits can't be easy.
Exactly. One of the biggest challenges will be resistance to change internally.
Okay.
This transformation requires a shift in mindset, a willingness to embrace new ways of working,
Yeah.
and even potentially a restructuring of internal teams and processes.
Yeah.
It's not just flipping a switch, it's a fundamental cultural shift.
And I imagine it also requires significant investment.
You're absolutely right. Telcos will need to invest in training their employees, upgrading their systems, and developing new marketing and sales materials that reflect this new approach.
Yeah, that's a tough ask,
Yeah,
especially in a competitive market where margins are already tight.
it is. But the reality is, if they don't make these investments,
Yeah.
they risk falling behind. The market is moving quickly,
Yeah.
and those who don't adapt will be left behind. It's a calculated risk,
Yeah.
but one that's essential for long-term success.
So it's a balancing act
It is.
between managing short-term costs and making those strategic investments
Right.
that will pay off in the future.
Exactly. And there's another potential challenge we need to consider, the risk of losing focus.
Losing focus. What do you mean by that?
As telcos expand their offerings beyond connectivity,
Yeah.
they need to be careful not to overextend themselves. They
Right.
can't be all things to all people.
Right. They need to choose their battles wisely.
Exactly. They need to focus on areas where they have a clear competitive advantage and where they can deliver real value to customers. It's about being strategic and realistic about what they can achieve.
And sometimes the best strategy is to say no
Absolutely.
to opportunities that don't align with your core competencies. It's better to do a few things really well
Yes,
than to try to do everything and end up spreading yourself too thin.
absolutely. It's about being disciplined and staying focused on your core strengths.
Okay, so we've talked about the potential downsides.
Yeah.
Resistance to change, the need for investment,
Yeah.
the risk of losing focus as they expand.
Yeah.
But what about the potential rewards?
Right.
What's the upside for telcos
Yeah.
that can successfully navigate this transformation?
The rewards are significant.
Okay.
First and foremost, they can unlock new revenue streams. The enterprise technology services market is huge and growing rapidly.
Yeah.
And by expanding their offerings beyond connectivity, telcos can tap into this massive market and generate entirely new sources of income.
And it's not just about more revenue.
Right.
It's also about better profitability.
Yeah.
Right.
You got it. By adopting this value-up approach,
Yeah.
telcos can command a premium for their solutions.
Yeah.
Customers are willing to pay more for solutions that truly solve their problems and deliver measurable value. That translates into higher margins and a healthier bottom line.
So it's a win-win.
It is.
Customers get better solutions.
Yes.
And telcos get a better financial outcome.
Exactly. And it's not just about the financial benefits either. This transformation can also lead to stronger customer relationships by becoming trusted advisors and partners.
Right.
Telcos can build deeper, more loyal relationships with their customers.
It makes sense. When you're consistently solving problems and delivering value,
Yeah.
you earn the customer's trust and respect.
Yeah.
That's invaluable in any business,
Absolutely.
especially in today's competitive landscape.
And it positions telcos for long-term success. By embracing this transformation,
Right.
they can future-proof their business and ensure they remain relevant in a rapidly evolving technological landscape.
Because the world is changing quickly, and companies that don't adapt will get left behind.
Precisely. This isn't just about winning today, it's about winning tomorrow.
This has been an incredibly insightful conversation so far.
It has.
We've covered the challenges, the strategies, the potential rewards,
Mm-hmm.
and even the potential downsides of this major shift happening in the telco industry.
And I think the takeaway is clear. The opportunity is massive, but it's not going to be easy.
It requires vision,
Yeah,
commitment, and a willingness to embrace change on a fundamental level.
absolutely.
But for those telcos that are willing to step up to the challenge, the future is bright.
Yeah.
They have the potential to become true leaders in the enterprise technology services market,
Yeah,
shaping the future of how businesses connect and thrive.
absolutely.
And for those of you listening, I hope this deep dive is giving you a better understanding of the forces at play and the opportunities that lie ahead in this exciting new era for telcos.
Whether you're a telco executive, a technology provider, or a business leader looking to leverage the power of technology. Yeah,
This transformation is going to impact us all.
you're all in this together.
We are. This has been a lot of information to process, and I think our listeners might need a moment to absorb it all.
You're right. We've covered a lot of ground.
We have.
All
So
right.
let's take a quick break.
Okay.
And when we come back, we'll continue our exploration of this fascinating topic and delve even deeper into the strategies for success.
Sounds good to me. We'll be right back after a short break.
Welcome back to Success Beyond Borders.
Right.
We've been talking about the exciting,
Yeah.
maybe a little daunting transformation
It is.
happening in the telco industry.
Yeah, we've talked about the shift from bespoke solutions to the smart orchestrator model,
Right.
the power of place-based segmentation, and the importance of strategic partnerships.
And just before the break,
Yes.
we were getting into this idea
Mm.
of a value-up mindset.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really curious to explore this further because it feels like a key piece
Yeah.
of the puzzle.
It is. This mindset shift is all about moving beyond transactional selling and focusing on building long-term, value-driven relationships with customers.
And you were making the point that this requires a pretty fundamental shift,
It does.
both internally within the telco organization
Yes.
and externally in how they interact
Right.
with their customers.
Exactly. It's a two-pronged approach. You
Yeah.
need to change the culture within the company and the way you engage with the market.
So let's talk about that internal shift first.
Okay.
What needs to change within telcos to really make this value-up approach a reality?
Mm.
I imagine it's not just about telling the sales team to be nicer to clients.
No, you're right. It's much deeper than that. It starts at the top with leadership.
Okay.
Company leaders need to be champions of this new way of thinking, and they need to create a culture that prioritizes customer value above all else.
Because if the leadership isn't on board,
Mm.
it's going to be an uphill battle
Yeah, it's going to be tough.
to get everyone else to buy in.
Exactly. It needs to be a top-down approach. Everyone from the CEO to the frontline employees
Yeah.
needs to be aligned around this common goal.
But it's not just about talking the talk.
No.
It's about walking the walk.
Yeah.
What are some concrete actions that telcos can take
Uh.
to demonstrate this commitment to customer value?
Well, they need to invest in training their employees on this new approach
Okay.
to selling and customer engagement. Give them the skills and knowledge they need to understand customer needs deeply, develop tailored solutions,
Yeah.
and build those strong long-term relationships we've been talking about.
So it's about empowering their employees to be more than just salespeople.
Yeah.
They need to become trusted advisors
Yes.
who can guide customers through the complex world of technology.
Exactly. And it's not just about the sales team. It's about everyone who interacts with customers.
Right?
Customer service representatives, technical support, billing departments, everyone.
Right. Every interaction is an opportunity
Every interaction is an opportunity to reinforce that value up mindset.
to reinforce that. Yeah, it's about creating a consistent customer experience
Exactly.
that emphasizes value at every touch point.
Yeah.
I can see how that could be a powerful differentiator.
Absolutely. But it also requires looking at internal processes and systems.
Okay.
For example, sales compensation plans might need to be adjusted
Okay.
to reward value-based selling rather than just hitting sales quotas.
Because you don't want to incentivize the wrong behaviors.
Right.
If you're rewarding people for selling as many products as possible,
Exactly.
that's not going to create a culture of customer centricity.
Right. And service delivery processes might need to be streamlined to make it easier for customers to get the support they need quickly and efficiently.
Okay. So it's about removing friction from the customer experience.
Exactly.
So it's a holistic transformation.
Yes.
It's not just about changing the sales pitch.
No.
It's about changing the entire organization
Right.
to be more customer focused.
Precisely. And that's where the real challenge lies. It takes time, effort,
Yeah.
and a lot of commitment to make that kind of cultural shift.
Okay, so we've talked about the internal shift.
Yeah.
But what about the external shift? How do telcos change the way they interact with customers
Yeah.
to really put this value-up approach into practice?
It starts with communication.
Okay.
Telcos need to be able to articulate their value proposition
Okay.
to customers in a clear and compelling way.
So no more technical jargon or confusing product specs. They need to speak the customer's language
Yes.
and show them how their solutions will solve their specific problems
Yes.
and help them achieve their business goals.
Exactly. It's about translating technical capabilities into tangible benefits. And it's not just about telling them,
Sure.
it's about showing them.
I like that. Show, don't just tell.
Yeah.
What are some ways they can demonstrate this value to customers?
They can use case studies,
Go.
testimonials, data points, anything that provides tangible evidence
Yeah?
of the real-world impact of their solutions.
Okay.
And it's not a one-time thing. It's
Yeah.
about building ongoing communication and transparency into the relationship.
So keeping customers informed about new developments, sharing best practices,
Yes.
providing regular updates on their performance.
Right.
It's all about keeping that conversation going
Yeah.
and demonstrating your commitment to their success.
Exactly. It's about building trust and transparency into the relationship.
Okay.
And I think it requires a more consultative approach
Yeah.
to sales as well.
What do you mean by that?
So instead of just pushing products,
Okay.
telco sales teams need to become trusted advisors.
Okay.
They need to work with customers to understand their needs deeply and recommend the solutions that are truly the best fit, even if it means recommending a competitor's product in some cases.
Wow. That's a pretty big mindset shift
It is.
for a lot of salespeople who are used to hitting quotas and closing deals.
It is.
Yeah.
But it's essential for building those long-term, value-driven relationships.
Right. And it's about being proactive, reaching out to customers even when they're not actively looking to buy.
Exactly. Because sometimes the best opportunities come from identifying a need that the customer wasn't even aware of.
Exactly. It's about being a true partner, guiding them through the complexities of the technology landscape,
Yeah.
and helping them make informed decisions
Right.
that will benefit their business in the long run.
Exactly.
This is all making so much sense.
Good.
But I have to ask,
Yeah.
are there any potential downsides
Yeah. That's a great
to
question.
this transformation
Yeah.
for telcos?
Yeah.
It seems like a lot of change to manage.
It's important to acknowledge that any significant change comes with its own set of challenges.
Right. And we've already talked about some of the internal challenges,
Yeah.
like resistance to change and the need for investment.
Yeah.
But are there other potential downsides
Yeah.
we need to consider?
One potential challenge is the risk of losing focus.
Okay.
As telcos expand their offerings beyond connectivity, they need to be careful not to spread themselves too thin.
Because they can't be all things to all people.
Exactly. They need to choose their battles wisely and focus on areas where they have a clear competitive advantage and where they can deliver real value to customers.
Yeah.
It's about being strategic and not trying to boil the ocean, as they say.
Right. It's better to do a few things really well than to try to do everything and end up being mediocre at everything.
Exactly. It's about being honest with themselves about their strengths and weaknesses. Sometimes the best strategy is to say no to opportunities that don't align with their core competencies.
So it's a balancing act.
Yeah.
They need to be ambitious and embrace new opportunities,
Yes.
but they also need to be realistic
Yeah.
about what they can realistically achieve.
That's right. It's about finding that sweet spot between growth and focus.
Okay, so we've talked about some of the potential downsides. The internal resistance to change,
Yeah.
the need for investment, the risk of losing focus as they expand.
Right.
But what about the potential rewards?
Yes.
What's the upside for telcos that can successfully navigate this transformation?
The potential rewards are significant. First and foremost, they can unlock new avenues for revenue growth.
Because the enterprise technology services market is massive
It is.
and growing rapidly.
Exactly. And by expanding their offerings beyond connectivity,
Yeah.
telcos can tap into this huge market and generate entirely new revenue streams.
And it's not just about increasing revenue.
Right.
It's also about improving profitability.
Absolutely. By adopting a value-up approach,
Right.
telcos can command a premium for their solutions.
Okay.
Customers are willing to pay more for solutions that solve their problems and deliver a clear ROI.
So better solutions lead to better pricing,
Right.
which leads to a healthier bottom line.
Right. And let's not forget the benefits of building stronger customer relationships.
Yeah.
When you're a trusted advisor and partner,
Right.
You create a level of loyalty that's hard to replicate.
And that loyalty translates into repeat business,
Yes.
positive word of mouth, and a stronger overall brand reputation.
You got it. And it positions telcos for long-term success by embracing this transformation. They can future-proof their businesses and ensure they remain relevant in the years to come.
So it's not just about winning today.
Right.
It's about winning tomorrow.
Exactly. It's about creating a sustainable business model that can adapt and thrive in a constantly evolving technological landscape.
This has been such an insightful conversation.
It has.
We've covered a lot of ground, from the challenges to the strategies
Right.
to the potential rewards of this incredible transformation
Yeah.
happening in the telco industry.
And I think it's clear that the opportunity is massive,
Yeah.
but it's not going to be easy.
It requires vision,
It does.
commitment, and a willingness to embrace change on a fundamental level.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
But for those telcos that are willing to step up to the challenge, the future is incredibly bright.
They have the potential to become true leaders in the enterprise technology services market,
Yeah.
shaping the future of how businesses connect and thrive. This is definitely something for our listeners to think about, no matter what their role is in the media and tech landscape.
Absolutely. Whether you're a telco executive, a technology provider, or a business leader looking to leverage the power of technology, this transformation is going to impact us all.
We're all in this together.
We are,
I
and there's
agree.
so much more to discuss. We still need to talk about some key strategies for telcos
Right.
to successfully implement this transformation.
We need to explore how they can build the right partnerships, develop innovative go-to-market strategies,
Yes.
and really nail that value-driven approach to sales.
Right. We have a lot more to unpack.
Sounds like we do.
We do, but I think our listeners are ready for a little break to digest all this information.
You're right. We've been covering a lot of ground. So let's take a quick pause.
Okay.
And when we come back, we'll continue our exploration of this fascinating topic
Yeah.
and delve even deeper into the strategies for success. Welcome back to Success Beyond Borders. We've been having a really thought-provoking conversation about how telcos can transform themselves to win in the enterprise technology services market.
Yeah, it's a shift that has the potential to really reshape the entire industry.
Right. We've talked about moving beyond bespoke solutions,
Right.
embracing the smart orchestrator model,
Yes.
leveraging place-based segmentation,
Yes.
and forming those strategic partnerships.
And of course, the importance of adopting that value-up mindset to build stronger,
Right.
more sustainable customer relationships.
That's a lot to consider. So as we wrap up this deep dive,
Yeah.
what are some key takeaways
Yeah.
our listeners should keep in mind as they navigate this evolving landscape?
Well, I think the most important thing to remember is that the telco industry is at a crossroads.
Okay.
The old ways of doing business simply won't cut it
Yeah.
in today's dynamic market.
It's not enough to just be a connectivity provider anymore.
Exactly. They need to evolve, they need to adapt,
Yeah.
and they need to become more than just pipe providers. They
Yeah.
need to embrace that role of the smart orchestrator.
It's a term that really captures the essence of this transformation, doesn't it? It's about becoming the central hub, the conductor of their client's entire technology ecosystem.
Right. Managing and integrating all the different pieces of the puzzle, from connectivity and cloud services to security solutions and beyond.
Right.
But it's not just about managing technology.
Right.
It's about understanding business needs,
Yeah.
solving customer problems,
Right.
and delivering tangible value.
It's about truly embracing that value-up mindset we've been talking about.
Exactly, because at the end of the day, that's what differentiates the winners from the losers in this market.
Yeah.
It's about becoming a true partner to your customers,
Right.
a trusted advisor who is invested in their success.
And that's where I think things get really interesting.
Yeah.
Because this transformation isn't just about telcos changing.
No.
It's about all of us
Yes.
adapting and evolving.
I completely agree. It's going to require a shift in mindset for everyone involved, telcos, technology providers, and business leaders alike.
So what's the call to action for our listeners?
Yeah.
What can they do to prepare for this shift and capitalize on the opportunities it presents?
Well, I think everyone needs to really think about their own role in this evolving ecosystem.
Okay.
Whether you're a telco executive, a technology provider, or a business leader looking to leverage technology, ask yourself, How can I contribute to this transformation?
How can I be a part of this new era for the telco industry?
Exactly. Because it's not just about one company changing, it's about a collective shift in how we think about technology and its role in business success. It's about embracing collaboration, fostering innovation, and putting the customer at the center of everything we do.
And for those of you in the telco world, I think the message is clear. Be bold, be visionary,
Yes.
and take those calculated risks.
Don't be afraid to challenge the status quo to disrupt your own business models,
Yeah.
to reinvent yourselves.
Because the rewards for those who get this right are immense, not just for your company,
Yeah.
but for the entire industry and the businesses you serve.
Yeah. It's about creating a win-win-win scenario for everyone involved: telcos, technology providers, and customers.
This has been an incredible conversation, and I want to thank you
It has.
for sharing your expertise and insights with us today.
It's been my pleasure. It's always exciting to delve into these complex topics and explore the future of technology.
And to our listeners, thank you for joining us on this deep dive into the world of telco transformation.
Yes, we hope you found it informative and inspiring.
And remember, success knows no borders.
So keep exploring, keep innovating, and keep pushing the boundaries of what's possible.
And don't forget to like and subscribe to Success Beyond Borders for more deep dives into the world of media and technology.
Until next time, stay curious.